Wow, so I'm actually on live on YouTube right now, right? It's been a while. I have not made a live stream, for a very long time, on YouTube. And yeah, I just want to talk about, this year it's just been a disastrous year, right? About 2020, right? I mean, this is like a tough year, for everyone, right? And the reason why I keep making video about 2020 is because I just could not get over with it. But eventually, like I just have to move on, and just deal with it, right? I mean, the world we live in, is like we face challenges, we face, toughness. It's like, yeah, I don't know what to say, but every month, I walk into 2020, like there's always been a big problem, right? And I'm glad that one people is like watching my video on live stream right now. I mean, the reason why my video has been getting a lot of view lately and a lot of people are watching it lately is because, this pandemic, right? They have nothing else to do, man. Oh, hey, Tyler. How was your 2020? Does it suck for you? I'm pretty sure everybody hates 2020. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, yesterday, I just got my, account banned on Pokemon Go and it's not going to get recovered. Wow, a lot of people are watching. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do just to watch, YouTube videos, right? There's nothing else to do. I mean, 2020 really sucks, man. Oh, Alex Lee's watching. Yeah. Yep, he just, on text message me and stuff like that. So I'm gonna look on my Facebook to see like, yeah, it's getting worse. Protests are all over Bay Area. Exactly. And San Jose just got a lockdown, a 7-day lockdown, just yesterday, right? Yeah, and the reason why, like it makes me upset, like when I lose my Pokemon Go account, like I've been spending like a lot of time in Pokemon Go, right? I spend like a lot of time, it's like on my main account and for breaking like the terms of service like several times, like it just like yeah, I got straight banned for good, right? Yeah, I mean I just pay the consequences, right? I mean I'm getting like layoff, yeah, the virus, man, like okay, I'm just gonna look at Facebook to see, list of things that you oh he got banned. Yeah, you saw my story, right? I mean, banned, yeah, because obviously because I've been spoofing. Like I don't want to go outside and play Pokemon Go. Like it's dangerous. Like virus everywhere, right? I mean, I've been playing Pokemon Go, a lot, and I can see a lot of disadvantages, right? The reason why, people want to, cheat in Pokemon Go is technically is let me think, it's technically because, it's not safe out there, the environment's not safe and there's just not enough Pokemon stops and Pokemon Goes and gyms. Like sometimes you have to drive like 4 to 5 miles, or sometimes you have to drive like 15 minutes just to get to like, a bunch of Pokestops and stuff like that. Right. And sometimes, there's not enough people, ratings, in Pokemon Go. So you just have to go out and, catch those Pokemon, right? I mean, people do have, severe disadvantage compared to other legit players, and that's why they decide to spoof. That's why it's spoof. So if I was if I was, given the second chance, but I'll be a little more careful, but play on my alternate account, right? I mean, there's been like a lots of warnings, on Pokemon Go. Like if you want to still spoof, like it's best to use your alternate account so that way your main account doesn't get in trouble, right? I mean, that's just how it is. So I'm gonna read straight from Facebook for my iPhone, just see like list of bad things that's been happening in 2020. I mean, this has been a hard year for all of us, man. Like events are getting canceled, like everything is having a problem, and I've been recently running slower too. So hopefully like it takes me a month just to recover. Like I'm trying to find ways like how to get better from here on. I mean, if you've been watching all my videos and stuff like that, like you've been probably know like what's going on, and everything just went downhill, ever since April just left, right? So I'm just gonna look at my profile on Facebook. Yeah, I did list, like tons of things, like why 2020 has been crazy year. So I can just read off for you guys because I'm not gonna memorize, everything. So in January, I lost my key, my Nissan key, and got blocked on Snapchat. Death of Kobe Bryant, Austria on Fire, first outbreak of coronavirus, and almost World War III started. So it's just terrible. In February, got filed complaint on YouTube and got removed. And yeah, because not respecting people's, privacy, policy. And in March, more coronavirus death toll, more sport cancel. First time, NBA got canceled, right? I love to watch the NBA. Like, yeah, I mean, like, because, like Rudy Gobert got tested, positive, COVID-19, and they just canceled the entire league of, basketball. And it's been canceled for like almost 3 months, to be very honest with you. And we might not ever see the NBA season, 2019, 2020 ever again. We may not see that. If things just keep getting worse. But the best case scenario is that, yeah, the NBA season will be finished off, in Disney World, right? And this is just weird circumstances, man. Like the NBA's playoff, format has been changed, right? So it's not going to be like East versus East and West versus West, and the NBA playoff is just based on, on the team's record. It's not on their conference anymore. So some teams are gonna have a like huge advantage, and they have no home court. Like it's because of this, 2020. Like it's taking, like it put a lots of teams like in NBA like a disadvantage, and that's why they may exit a lot or like a lot sooner than I think. So okay, in April, so layoff, due to COVID-19, the end of April, I start losing my running speed. The pandemic reduced social distancing like even more, and the murder. Oh yeah, I heard about the murder hornets. In in America, right? I mean, murder hornet is usually located in Asia, right? Yeah, the murder hornet is now in America, and it might cost you even worse, and probably message saying that yeah you should stay home a little longer. I remember that this murder hornet is like very deadly, and I see that people post on social media, on news, yeah, about the murder hornets. Like it is very points. Like if you just think like there's a chance of you, like having death. So it's just like God. And May just gets worse, and yeah, and in May, I run a lot slower. Lose my Pokemon Go main account and George Floyd death. Due to racisms, right? Just a white cop, killing a black person just because of race, and that's just like unfair. I mean, it has been like, police brutality has happened, several times in the past, and now it's happening again and again, and it just happened this year, and people just go on, protests. Well, I just see, one of my, subscriber, comes that it's getting worse. Protests are all over Bay Area. Yeah, I'm just talking about that too. That recently that happened. And guys, it's only 5 months in 2020, and things are not looking very good. I mean, to be very honest with you, like I used to be a 5 minute miler, and now now I'm going. Now my mile time is like almost 5:30 now, and I suddenly got a lot slower with just like no major changes. I lost 30. I gained 30 seconds in a mile, and it's just not looking good. Like I just ran on a very nice day, and I still cannot get past 5:20 in a mile. I'm like this 2020 is ridiculous, man. Like last year, 2019, like I run around a 5:20 pace, right? I even got a little bit slower than last year, even though last year I was struggling a lot. So I'm gonna look what Alex Lee, his message, and in the view it talks about like what happened in 2020. Yeah, exactly. and high celebrity death, right? Man, like, and you know that Olympic got canceled this year too. So now they're postponing it to 2021, right? Everything gets postponed and it will not take happen in 2020. And it's going, to leak into 2021. And yeah, everything does get postponed from here on, anything that occurred in 2020, right? That sucks, man. And like honestly, like this year needs to be canceled. Like I really want to go back to 2019, and when I look in 2019 again, like it looks like a much better year than 2020. It looks like a peace, relaxing full year, and like 2019 or any other year, like I get it, they have problems too, but it's like nothing compared to 2020, right? I mean, I can search up, the death toll, and as as the word right now, from this COVID-19. What is the total death toll from COVID-19? Here's what I found. Okay, so I just looked at my phone. Population death count for coronavirus disease. Total confirmed as of June. So I'm looking up. I don't know what that number is, but it's over 350,000. Like, hopefully it does not get to 1 million, because that will be really bad, right? Yeah, I mean, the death toll was below 50,000, throughout March, and yeah, this is the graph right here, and through my phone, and it just like spikes up like crazy. Like this virus is deadly, and I mean, good thing is that there's more recovery, compared, like the death rate, right? And also on the death toll in United States is 100,000 death from this virus, right? It's just this invisible alien that's trying to take over our bodies, and it just caused like so much problem. And I know that that I'm graduating in a very uncircumstance situation. A lot of people, business and companies, and everything, everybody is affected by this. Like you're not the only one that's affected. Like I'm pretty sure everyone in general. Like this is not only bad year for US, but bad year for for everywhere. It's worldwide. This is a worldwide thing. So yeah, yeah, I get it. Yep, 3,773.71 and 700 people died worldwide from COVID-19, and I guess that's right, but that may be wrong because I heard that lots of countries don't record the death rate, right? I mean US is like close to 100% accuracy, but I know that other countries are poor, so they don't record the death rate. I'm pretty sure death rate is gonna be a lot higher than that. Should be a lot higher. I mean, whatever's reported, that's how much they display on internet and tell you the death toll, right? That's what it is, and yeah, stay in shelter and pay. And it's been like 80 days. Yeah, I mean, almost a quarter of a year. I mean, this could be a year, man. This could be dragging out to 2021, and if this doesn't stop 2021, then 2021 may be affected from 2020. I mean, you've been like commenting on my video and asked me like, why should I stop hating 2020? Oh, there's one good reason why I should stop hating 2020. I mean, 2020 is I'm not gonna live in 2020, forever. Everyone knows that, right? So when I just walk away and stop thinking about 2020, and when I think about 2020 again, then I know that yeah, I mean, it's just one bad year, right? I mean, it's not gonna. It may affect lifetime, but it's just like 2020 is just only like a small fraction of my life, right? I get it. An average person lifespan is from 70 to 80 years. And if you just take 1 year off of that life, it's just like nothing. Okay, it's only like a little more than a percent, like less than 2%, but a little more than a percent of your life, living in 2020. Like you're not spending like a whole big chunk of your life living in 2020. I mean, I already spent like possibly a quarter of my life, living on this world already, right? I mean, I'm, still 21 years old, to be honest, and I still have a long life to go. So it's not the end of the world. But when you think negative, like you think the world's gonna end, but it's not gonna end. We just have to stay stronger. We just have to make, I mean, we're humans. We have very good adaptability, and we can adapt, and we can like withstand, like very strong, circumstances, right? And this will give us a kill on average every, 4,625 deaths per day. Yeah, man. I mean, everybody that likes this video, everybody that watches the video hates 2020, right? I mean, you just think about it, man. You're not gonna stick with 2020 very long. It's gonna end in 7 months, and then we're off to a new fresh year. I mean, that's just how it is. And I know that things are gonna get pal crazy, in November, December. I went through this all year long. I went through this every single year. Like near November, December, like crazy there are things happen. And I've been watching news like, yeah, like malls and stores got robbed, because of this protesting, and people just take advantage of it. Problems just get even bigger and bigger, and it just won't stop. So how does layoff affect me? So obviously, because I'm losing money because I can't go work, that means I'm not going to get paid. So I cannot tell you what company I work for, but thing is that when you get laid off, you're obviously not going to make money, and therefore you lose, your money, which is like an opportunity cost, right? So my best mile time, was a sub, 450, 458, sub 5 minute mile, right? That happened in April. And then my recent mile, I just ran yesterday and got like a 524. And obviously, that could be, my average, PR pace, for 2 miles, if I was trained correctly and if I run at my best, or if I run in the race. Like a 524 in a mile is like, yeah, that is almost 530. And if you run that for 2 miles, it's probably going to end up being around like 1045, 1048. Majority get 10 like 40s, for your 2 mile run, or 1050, like you have to run around like 525 or faster, back to back mile. But I only run it for 1 mile and I'm already like exhausted already. I hope that I can beat you. I definitely did sub 11 minutes for 2 miles. Definitely have been shown on YouTube and I got liked. So hopefully, I can get that speed again and probably run it for 2 miles. Yeah, that could have been my PR for 2 miles, that average speed. That I just ran for just 1 mile yesterday. It's like my stamina just got cut in half, my overall threshold speed, right? Yeah, I mean, 2020 is just like torture and stuff. I'm like, yes, man. I mean, comment below like about the NBA thing, right? Like who's gonna win champion and stuff. But yeah, I'm not looking forward, in 2020 anymore. And I hope somebody comes up with a time machine, that can just take us back, to 2019 or earlier years, because they seem to be much better. But I don't think we can go back to the past. We can only move forward. I mean, if I hate 2020 and if I can't go backward, like maybe we jump into 2021 and hopefully, like, other, period of time like 2021 or, much, older years, later year, will fix 2020. If really bad things happen to you, like there's always hope, right? Yes, hope is, always think positive, hope, because if you think positive and have hope, then good things will eventually, happen to you, but it just doesn't come in the easy way, right? Oh, tap. Oh, what the Alex Lee messaged me. I'm just gonna have to read from his message. I enjoy your live stream video, Vince. Yeah, you heard everything what I talk about, in 2020, right? So is there anything to add, like why 2020 is a bad year? I mean, so I wanna see your guys' opinion, like why you hate 2020. I mean, for me, like I look at you can have the same reason as I do, or you can have a little bit different reason. I mean, just put down your honest opinion about this. I think I don't see any more honest opinion about this. And okay, maybe I'll get my iPad and log in, Pokemon Go. I enjoy your live stream. Yeah, here's Pokemon Go right here, made by Niantic. Continue signing in. Yeah, I'm live streaming this. There's my account is gone, and that's my main account, level 40 account, with over 100 million point XP. And like I have like tons of good Pokemon, on this main account. And when I spook, I shouldn't, touched it. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I mean, I did break the terms of service, like, and that's why I'm getting punished, right? I mean, just to let you know that, I learned from this, account. Ever since Niantic, banned my main account, like, I think I learned a mistake, right? I mean, everybody makes mistakes in life. This is why I learned, like, that's actually true. So, and do you know the big definition? Like, here I put mistake in my own words. So when you make a mistake, it's like a warning, like, yeah, you should stop this. Don't do it again. And if you keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, and eventually, you'll make bigger mistake, and you'll face much severe consequences. I mean, this is what I learned. Like, yeah, based on common sense, like if you don't want to follow the rules when you play games or stuff like that, like it's at your own risk, right? You get what I'm saying, right? So I understand like why Niantic put a rule, like you cannot spoof, you cannot use third-party app. I mean, I get like it's because of this circumstance, like it's too dangerous to go outside and stuff like that. And this is why a lot of people are spoofing. And Niantic is adding a feature, that even lets you spoof, in the game, like adding remote raid pass and all sorts of stuff, right? I mean, if you don't like playing that game, then best thing is just don't waste your time, playing that game and just do other things, much more useful, right? I mean, if you don't like the rule, right? So I watched video about spoofing, like, is it possible to do permanent ban? I mean, it is possible to remove, permanent ban in Pokemon Go, but it's not guaranteed. It's because, Niantic has revealed, whether they decide to lift the ban or not. So it's all up to, Niantic, right? Because they created it. And the only movie I watched about the 2020 are Sunny, Jumanto, Next Level, Universal, Robert Downey, such as okay, in the Hedgehog movie. Wow. Yeah, but looks like you can't go to movie theaters and you watch it. You just have to watch it from home. And yeah, and my graduation ceremony is also, virtual too, because I cannot. I think all the graduations are canceled in 2020. Eventually, like it sucks to be, a high school graduate, in 2020 because obviously because they cannot celebrate graduation again. I don't know how they're gonna celebrate graduation. They definitely have to celebrate at home, or do virtually, online, just like what Ohlone College did. And yes, I am a Ohlone College graduate of 2020, and this is the very best start things, for the Ohlone community. Is because they just opened a new building, and now it's like Ohlone is closed again, and it's just terrible, man. Like all the good thing that was about to happen in 2020, like 2020 is supposed to be an interesting year, but suddenly it's just like tricking us, and it just like deletes everything. I don't know what I did to deserve this punishment, but yeah, to 2020 decided to punish us. I don't know. Maybe we did something really wrong in the past, that caused, this year to get so mad and just release like all these crap on us. And that's why we get headaches. And I don't know. Maybe we learn, like, we don't know what's the actual cause, of 2020, getting really angry. I don't know, man, but yeah, I mean, I've been learning, I've been getting a lot more experience, as I move on, throughout this year. I don't know what's up with this, and today is June, June 1st, and I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 7 months. I really don't. But hopefully, nothing major bad things is gonna happen. Like nothing crazy things gonna happen, because I'm getting really scared right now. Like I don't know if you're scared, but I'm scared, man. And ever since I walked into 5 months of 2020, like I'm not messing with anyone. Okay, I'm not gonna mess. I'm not gonna mess with the rules, in the game. I'm not gonna mess with anything, and I'm not gonna cause any more problem. I try not to, and I try to stay calm as much as possible, even though I have anger management issue, right? Sometimes like little bad things happen, I'm just overreacting and just cause myself throw tantrum and all stuff, and yeah, it's just hard, man. It's just hard to control my anger, but I just try my best here, right? Yeah, just like the Pokemon Go thing. I mean, this is what cost me to make a live stream, because I lost my Pokemon Go account, and I just got pissed, and I just want to release my anger out. If I talk to this video, then I feel much better. Talking to you guys. And if I talk to other people, then I feel much better, and I don't get angry as much as I was before. Right? Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at several of your posts, or other people's posts, on social media, or my friends' posts, saying that yeah, like they have gone through a lot in 2022, right? I mean, tell me like what part that I missed. Like I'm pretty sure that I missed a lots of bad things that I didn't see in 2020. Like people probably see it, but they should like comment on my video. Like lots of bad things that happen. Okay, so here is how you can survive through this. So to order to end this pandemic very soon, people just need to stop going outside. Only go outside if you need some grocery or if you need some exercise. And if you see another person, like walking on the sidewalk, just be 6 feet away, okay? Or more, right? Just please, wear masks, at all time, because if you don't wear masks, yeah, you're definitely gonna get, a fine for it, and that's the new law. And I heard that even though if everything goes back to normal, like you have to wear masks even if you go work or if you go to public places. Yeah, because we definitely want to avoid, this type of situation again. Like I said, like this has been a rough year, for all of us. So I'm just thinking about this, this situation. And so ever since I get laid off, like you, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be an answer like, what have you been doing the whole time? Like you're not spending that much time on YouTube, and what do you mostly do these days? Like obviously, I've been playing games, watch YouTube, and I just get lazy, right? I mean, this quarantine has made me lazy, and how's it affecting that way? Obviously, I already told you that I'm gonna lose money, and Obviously, because I get lazy, like I don't want to do a lot of things, and that's why like when I try to do my performance, like that's why my performance has drastically dropped, and that's why I've been losing lots of fiber. Like everything went downhill. So this is why this quarantine is very bad. Like if I don't go to work and make money, like it makes me feel lazy. Like I don't want to do anything. I mean, people are now starting to feel lazy in 2020. 2020 is more like a very lazy and boring year and stuff like that. So yeah, I look through news, on Google, every day, and I keep seeing like world record or like more crazy things just keeps happening, just keep dropping on and on and on like that. Like more crazy things happens, and this is why I'm getting headache. And hopefully, like when we walk to next year, hopefully things calm down a bit. Like this is too outrageous, and yeah. And anyway, the majority of death of COVID-19 are from U.S. Mm, yeah, I do have to agree with what you say. Yes, that is definitely true. Think of this, man. Like the death toll is like 30, like 370,000, and that's like almost like a third. And third of those death rate are in U.S. So that is a big chunk, for just like one country. I mean, U.S. is also a big country. But what if China doesn't record, its death rate? Then maybe China is even more than the United States. But yeah, I think United States is probably should have higher death rate from COVID-19 because they social interact. Especially New York got hit the hardest, man. But California, they did a really good job, like putting out lockdown, did unnecessary lockdown, like putting restriction, social distancing, and yeah, they just have to make a stricter rule, of when it comes to when socialize. I mean, one or two people are not going to spread the virus that fast, but if you gather like in like whole groups of people, like hundreds and thousands of millions of people all in the same area, like virus can spread really quick, and that can put a lot of people in the hospital or just risk losing their lives. Yes, I get it, man. Like health and life is very important too, right? Than anything else. Like if you were to choose, a choice in life, which one you rather save, like always try to save your life first. Yes, that's very important. Like it's not about the money and stuff like that, but life is very important. Think of this like how hard is entering world. Like remember I make the video about the motivation video stuff like that. I mean, the chance of you being born is like very like absolutely like zero chance, or we can call it 1 in 400 trillion or even greater, right? Yeah, I mean, if the chance of you being born is that low, man, that means you better like make yourself happy as much as possible and do something that makes you happy. And you gotta like look out for your life, every single day, right? And just don't waste your time living on this planet. That's all I have to say, right? Because when you were entering this planet, like you only have like certain, limit time on planet, and whatever goals you got in life, like just do it right now, just don't wait. Okay, man, and go as hard as you can, Anything is possible, in life. Like you can accomplish like any dream, but the dream needs to have, a background, something like that, right? It has to be something good, that can like benefit you in the long run. So that's why I talk about, conquering dreams stuff. I know that life is always suck, man, and life is always unfair, right? And I can tell you like why life is unfair, because some people were born to have high advantage, some people were born to have very extremely low disadvantage, right? At, and the least death are from countries like Uganda and Vietnam. That's where originally my parents from, Vietnam, right? I mean, I was born in US, but that's why I'm still Vietnamese, because I came from a Vietnamese, family, right? I mean, yeah, so maybe the country that has the least death, probably they don't have to do too much of a lockdown. They don't have to do too much restriction, of social distancing. But still, man, like what I gotta say is that you always gotta keep yourself clean. Always wash your hand. When you touch contaminated stuff. Yes, you gotta kill off these germs and don't let new germs develop. Right? I mean, that's all I have to say. Right? So if you find this video, very useful, you can share to your friends and stuff like that. And yeah, it's okay if you share this video. Like I want my video to be shared so that way, I can gain more recognition and more that way, if more people watch this live stream, like I can see like more opinion, of like what is just wrong with just within this year, right? Wow. So yeah, it's just tough, man. Like what else I gotta say was video and so if you ask me like what is the worst year, of so far that I live or worst year, that's happening for, I'd say that 2020 in my opinion has got to be the worst year ever, right? I mean, okay, so before 2020, like enter this world, like 2019 or much, earlier years, I can see that 2020 is going to be a big year, right? Either for a very bad reason or both could be very bad or very good or could be good, right? But it's like very, very, bad in an exaggerated way. So yeah, I got scared of 2020, even before I entered, and I did make a video, like why, 2019 is gonna be the worst year. I mean, it's make a video in 2019 like why, 2020 is gonna be the worst year ever, right? I mean, yes, man, I was right, but I wish I was wrong, and apparently, I am not wrong at all. I'm just so correct, and I wish I was wrong, and yeah, and yesterday, Murtaza, FaceTime or video call me, talking about, like about like how am I doing, so far, as of this year, and he said that yeah, he has went through a lot too, and I feel bad for Murtaza, my friend Murtaza, right? Yeah, man, I don't know what else to say, but I'll look up. Okay, so right now I'm looking to my phone to see, or iPad to see like if there's any more news, about what's going on right now. See, if any more, crazy things happen, and yeah, it just, explain that, that George Floyd, the protest, just get started like real big time, ever since, this man died. It's just really sucked, and yeah, lots of closest. Wow, so even like grocery store and a lot more, stores, in the U.S. or Bay Area that a lot more business are now, shutting down because of, this protesting, right? Oh God, that's the only, updated news that I got so far. But maybe every month, maybe because it's year so bad, like I have to live stream like pretty much, every month, just to get an update, like how are we doing, where we are and all stuff. And so I think I have a plan, right? For moving forward. So I'm not gonna play, video games anymore, right? I mean, apparently because I keep getting in trouble and just waste my time, like I have much better things to do. Like I can just make live stream, talk to you guys, make me feel better, or I can just go and practice running, and get better stride, get better pace so I can run faster, for a mile, for other, long distance, right? I mean, I've been getting much slower, but hopefully it can fix that because my body ain't used, like very high speed, for just, certain distances, right? I mean, I used to be like a 5 minute miler, but now, it's dragging down to like 5:25. And what I'm gonna do today, what's my plan? So my plan today is that, I'm just gonna practice, the 800 meters. If you don't know what 800 meters, like there are 1600 meters in a mile, right? And every day, I'm just gonna run, 800 meters, getting rest in between, running 800 meters at the goal pace, that I want to run for a mile. The reason why I want to run 800 meters is because, obviously much short distance is like workout. Like I'm doing like, workouts and running, that will help me to, gain speed, without, hurting my body and all stuff, right? Yeah, so hopefully, like crazy things will happen. Hopefully, like I can plan, how to cut, 20 seconds off of a mile. So how do I plan to cut 20 seconds off from a mile? I mean, already gonna explain the deal, right? I mean, first of all, yesterday I ran 5:24, right? And so, like I guess the formula, like by practicing the 800 meter, like tomorrow, like today, I'm gonna run, like 800 meters workout, based on time, right? So I get the amount of time that I get from yesterday, divide by 2, and I get the amount of time, subtract 5 seconds off the clock and divide by 2, and that's how fast I should run for 800 meters. So a 5:24. So when you subtract 5 seconds off, then I'm running a 5:19 pace, and then when a 5:19, for 800 meter, running at 5:19 pace will end up being like, let's say 1 minute and 2 minutes and and 40 seconds, 2:39, which is the 800 meters. So which is around like a 5:20 pace. So think of this, man. Like I'm being very smart. Like if I lose 5 seconds off a mile, each week, like it may not sound a lot, but when you do it for a whole month, like it's taking up 20 seconds. And by the time it gets to July, like I'm back, in a 5 minute, speed again, right? I mean, very simple fix. So hopefully by the end of the week, like I can rerun the mile again and somehow get past, 5:20. And then, once I get that my current mile, then I'm just gonna subtract 5 seconds and divide by 2 and run that 800 meter workout again and again and again until my body gets used to that speed. And when it gets used to that speed, by having a little rest, in between like 1 to 5 minutes in between, the both 800 meter run that after 600 meter, body get used to it. And when it go for a race or when it wants to run straight for a mile, then it'll just get used to it, without getting tired or too panicking. Like I said, you just have to build up slowly. Like if you try and go on rebuild and if you try and pursue your dream, just conquer, step by step, little at a time. You just cannot go like take a big chunk all the time, and that's not how you become successful. So it's like this. Like if you want to be a much better person in life, like you just have to practice, okay? Discipline, practice, right? I mean, just like me, like if I want to be a bodybuilder, for example, instead, that it's just gonna take time, right? You just have do powerlifting and all stuff, and eventually your muscle grows, but it cannot like go until you're like hook one day, and make stuff like feel great. I mean, sometimes if you want to be much better, like it can take years, right? It takes a very long time. But you just cannot have from skinny arm and became like to like Shrek overnight, right? I know why I mentioned about Shrek, because Shrek has big bulky arms. I mean, same things, man. Like fast change does not happen overnight. Like you have to like work slowly. That's just how it is, right? I mean, I just give you an example, So I know that people, have dreams, in different areas. My dream is like, to run a lot and all stuff. And I think I already told you my plan, like how to get faster, because I run a lot, so I can tell you like how to get faster. One, you just need to obviously practice a lot, and two, try to keep yourself healthy and not to injure yourself, and three, you need a workout plan. Without these like little basic steps that you need, then you're just not going to be successful as you get to be think, right? I can tell like why I've been slowing down, I can tell you the reason, why I've been getting a little bit slower. Because obviously, because like I've been running a lot, like doing lots of long runs and stuff, and yeah, run long. I heard that when I watched video on YouTube. Yeah, long run does kill off your muscles and does make you slow because your body feels depleted and your muscles not recovering enough. So and just deplete your threshold, so that way your body will hold certain pace for a much shorter time because it got depleted because the capacity got shrunk. So that's just how it is, man. And I feel like I ran a 524 mile yesterday. I get tired, and after like 1 hour or like a few minute rest, like I didn't feel that tired again, and I just know that like my body threshold just got like reduced, and I just had to rebuild that again, and that's how I get better. And hope like this simple hack can just fix me, just become better, right? I mean, I don't know what people gonna do, over summer and something like that. And there's another tough thing, like why I start, why 2020 is gonna be the most difficult year I ever faced in my life is obviously because I have to move out of this house, right? I mean, I'm not gonna tell you the reason, why I have to move out of this house, but I know that moving sucks, but life just sometimes has a lot of change and stuff. Like you just have to learn how to adapt and all that stuff, right? I mean, there's certain things that I do not like, and I just have to deal with it. Okay, just like regular older years, that I hate, right? I remember that I hate, like the year 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Like, how did I survive from this year? Even though they're so tough, and even though I hate them so much, like there's just problem. I just have to deal with it, and I just get over with it, and it's just like the same cycle, repeat over and over again. And now 2020 is just repeat, but except it's a much tougher year and much more difficult. And once that's over, then I'm just back to normal. And if I hit struggle, then I just have to deal with it and get over with it again and again and again. And it's just gonna be like a repeat. It just like repeats itself, right? You get what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So I can tell that why life is a little unfair. People born. So the disadvantage that I was born brought this world is that I have autism, which is a disability, right? Having a disability in life, like really sucks because God just put like an extra weight on you, like you carry, this daily task, every day in life. I mean, people with disability, like they have to put, a lot more effort, in just, doing a simple task than, compared to a person who just have to put, way more, way, less effort and they can like accomplish, the same, difficulty tasks, right? Let's say that a normal person will have to put this high level test, but with a disability, you have to put like 2 times or 3 times as much harder, and you're still gonna get the same result. So yeah, everybody's different. Everybody has to face their own challenges, and for people who view this channel or people who will be view this channel, like if you lost your family member or if you went through severe, problems, I feel bad for you, and you can come along, right? I know that during this pandemic, people lost their life, they lost their friends, and it's just terrible, man. Like I want to see like what iMessage is sending me. So I guess I see nothing different, but yeah, I'm pretty much gonna end the live stream pretty much very soon, but hopefully nothing bad happen anymore, and something like that. So I think I have a bigger question for you. So if Niantic does not remove my permanent ban in Pokemon Go, like if I delete that account, then I wonder if that ban is going to go away or not. I wonder if that Pokemon Go ban. And if it doesn't go away, then there's nothing I can do, man. I mean, typically when you're terminated, in video game stuff, then technically your account is already gone by itself, right? I mean, there's no need to like overkilling it or deleting it. But yeah, but sometimes I delete it, just won't make a difference. This is what I plan to do. So I'm gonna go back to Facebook and I'm seeing like a lots of notifications. So I gotta see what's going on. Okay, why? Oh, so Ryan Green just posted, on my thing say account term. So Ryan Green just saw, on Facebook through my Facebook say that why did your account get terminated? I mean, if he knows I have a YouTube channel, he can just watch it and see like why I got my account terminated. Like I already said, man, I just need to spoof in Pokemon Go, and I just took the risk and I didn't follow the rule and I break the rule. I mean, when you break a rule in video game or break a rule in general, it's just like you like breaking the law and stuff. Like when you break a rule or when you break something, that you did, what you're not supposed to do, then you're just at risk and you just have to pay the consequences. It's that simple as it is, man. You just have to learn it the hard way. Once you make that big mistake, like just remember not to do it again. Okay? Repeat once, but don't repeat twice. That's all I'm saying. Oh, that's why I've been getting a lot of reply you on this comment. Just calm down, dude. It's just terrible, and yeah, I mean, this is how this pandemic, also, affected me. Like lots of people are unprepared, and this is how they affect them in a negative way. Like this bad thing, tragedy that happened, like it just came out of nowhere, and this is why it's affecting us, horrible bad time because we're just unprepared and we don't know what's the cause of this. So I wonder what's up next. Like I've been live streaming for like almost an hour and stuff, and I know that how this pandemic is affecting me. So like I just cannot go anywhere. I already repeat that again, and I forgot to mention that I cannot hang out with my friends or my homies, right? I mean, last year, like yeah, I did visit Irvington, just to visit my friend because a lot of people, at far younger than me, like yeah, this cannot happen. It's not the same anymore. Like I won't be able to hang out with my friends anymore. I mean, it's good. Like I want to, hang out with my friends, because I really miss them and they really miss me, and sometimes I just want to have fun, right? What the notification I got? Comment. Rick, what is? Oh, he's just reacting. Okay, I just got a little distracted because I looked through Facebook stuff, but yeah, I know this is tough time for you because also because of social distancing, like you won't be able to hang out with your friends, even though you feel bored and stuff. But I can see that yeah, people are leaving, my YouTube channel, but I thought that I will not get any viewers, on my YouTube channel. But wow, there's two people, and they're both my friends, and they've been watching this, the whole way, and yeah, I just learned it the hard way, man. I always, since I've been living this world, for long enough, like I've been saying that yeah, you always cannot get what you want, I mean, the problem with human these days that they're just too greedy. Like by going outside, like just because we enter in 2020, like lives has been changed. Like the world is totally different, right? We live in a different normal world right now, and yeah, everything has changed, right? And yes, man, I mean, because of your social distancing, like when I go outside, like I see like traffic, parking lot, like everywhere is like empty, right? I mean, this may help the environment, for one good reason, because obviously because reducing pollution, right? If less people, drive car outside, like yeah, obviously less pollution and all stuff, and the greenhouse emission is a lot cleaner, and therefore, the environment will get healthier, right? I mean, I mean, it's good in some way, but yeah, but thing is that before I end off this video, please stay safe out there, okay? Please stay safe, like do, what's necessary, recommended, so you can stay out of trouble. And yeah, like I said, man, if you make, mistakes in life, just admit it, learn it the hard way and just remember not to do it again. Okay, it's mistake, okay? Everybody make mistake. Sometimes you have to repeat, by making mistake, more than once, and if you know that if you're about, get severe consequence, like yeah, you should, try to stop it, right away, right? I mean, yeah. So you're gonna get a common question like, why do we repeat the same mistake over and over again? And why is it bad, right? I mean, think of this, man. Like you're training your brain, right? Your brain does not know the difference between, very good and bad. But when you reason, you definitely know the difference between good and bad, right? If you keep teaching your brain, the bad way, then it's gonna keep learning more, bad habits, and it's gonna keep repeating over and over again. You repeat mistake over and over again, and it's gonna destroy you, in the long run, right? But if you see your mistake right away, if you know it's bad, if you recognize it the first time, then if you fix it as soon as possible, then you're most likely not gonna repeat the mistake, right? I mean, and also when you make mistake in life, like sometimes it makes you better too. Like it makes you like you're a better person, it makes you like you need to be more aware, you need, makes you smarter, so that way you can do a much better job. I mean, it's okay if you fail in life, okay? It's not the end more like I know that every time we enter day one, like we always gonna fail, and next time we enter, like we're just gonna be much better, we learn, and try to avoid mistake, and therefore, became much better, right? It's better to repeat the mistake once than not repeating it twice, right? Yeah, so it's very dangerous, to repeat the same mistake over and over again. It is very dangerous, and this is why I learned, right? So if I notice that if I keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, then I'll try to, I have to try my best, just to stop it, and and avoid it, and never do it again. And you should guys do the same, right? I mean, it's just a habit, right? If you want to do a good habit, you just have to train your brain that way too, and that way, it gets used to it, and then it'll repeat, good habit, from here on, right? It's very, common sense, right? These are just all common sense things, that I just have to explain to YouTube. And so let me do a quick recap in general, right? 2020 is, bad year. Even though it's not our fault, and other part, other half of 2020 is our fault. So half of us is our fault, and half of this is not our fault, right? That's all I got. Quick summarize. So you may be in different situations. Sometimes it's not your fault at all. Sometimes it's a little bit your fault. Sometimes it's not. It's just here on there, right? But in my opinion, why is 2020 my worst year ever? I mean, 50% my fault, and 50%, not my fault. Like for example, the not my fault part is like the coronavirus, disease spreading, right? So it's definitely not my fault. But the fault that I caused, 2020 to be a bad year is that I got banned from Pokemon Go, right? that's all. So I have to end up here and have a good day and peace out and thanks for watching.